Okay.
Okay, I have a question for my husband, Freddie. Okay, what do you think about Donnie Yen, that actor? I mean, he's done like movies like back in ancient China where just like Jet Li, where they do like Chinese traditional costumes, and they're in China also. They do all these really traditional fights also scenes. And he's also done like modern movies too, where he's done martial arts and street fighting type of moves. So what do you think about Donnie Yen also, comparisons to Bruce Lee and Jet Li?
Donnie Yen, I don't know too much about him, but from what I do know about him, um, he he's very much like Americanized. He's like almost like a Bruce Lee as far as his language is concerned, where he speaks English like very well. Like Jet Li doesn't speak English that well. Jackie Chan doesn't speak English that well. But Donnie Yen is very much like Americanized, where he can speak English very well, and he's like the Chinese he could speak very well. So he's very much balanced, like a Bruce Lee is concerned, as far as like his the cultural balance. Um, as far as his movies are concerned, I know that he kind of got a little famous from being a part of the Once Upon a Time in China, but Jet Li was the star of that, and I think Donnie Yen has always played like more of a secondary role to Jet Li. Like Jet Li would be like the main one. Donnie Yen would be like Jet Li would be considered like a Michael Jordan, and then like Donnie Yen would be considered like more like a Scottie Pippen.
Or
Where
Jet Li's always like the main character.
yeah, Jet Li's like the main one. Donnie Yen, even like in the movie Hero, Donnie Yen was in that movie too, and then he ended up agreeing to lose a fight to Jet Li. And then Once Upon a Time in China, Jet Li was a star, and then Donnie Yen was a supporting actor. So Bruce Lee, when he started making movies, he was always the star. The only time that he had to take something like a low role was in Hollywood, when they'd have him do like the Green Hornet and something like that. But when it came to the martial arts scene, Bruce Lee would say, "I'm number one, so I'm gonna be the star." But when it comes to Donnie Yen, he takes a lot of secondary roles, and a lot of these roles that he takes, sometimes he ends up losing fights in the roles. And then what ends up happening is, when you start taking these roles where you keep losing fights, you lose respect from your audience and your true like ability in the martial arts. You're not really representing like you're not representing like, okay, I'm number one. Like Bruce Lee would not take that. Like they even had Bruce Lee try to lose a fight to Robin in Batman and Robin. Bruce Lee's like, no, I'm not gonna lose to Robin because I'm the real martial artist, and this guy don't even know martial arts. They want me to lose to him. He's like, no. So they ended up deciding on a draw. But with Donnie Yen, he's been in a lot of movies, but he's not like a star in every single movie. He'll play like a supporting role in a lot of these movies, and then he would end up losing fights in these movies, and that just kind of like signifies like, well, you're kind of
Like a subordinate. He's like a subordinate too.
like, you're kind of like, okay, you're basically just doing it for the money, whereas like, we'll pay you to lose, and they'll be like, okay, I'll take the money, I'll lose. So then it's like, if you try to take the main starring role, and then now all of a sudden you're the winner, but then it's like, how real could that be? Because you're just basically you just become more like a puppet in the hands of whoever, whatever the people want you to do, that's what you do. Basically, I know he's talented, I know he's skilled, but he's not at the level of Jet Li, and he's not at the level of Bruce Lee, in my eyes. I mean, I feel. And another thing, I've seen some movies with him where they speed up his techniques, and I don't like that at all. Because it's like, if you're a real martial artist, you shouldn't be like allowing people to speed up your techniques, or even encouraging people to speed up your techniques. It should just be the real technique of like what you can really do, opposed to just being like sped up and everything. You know, I didn't like that at all, you know. Um, but I do like how he's, you know, trying to promote the Chinese culture, and you know, he's a successful actor that's Chinese, and really, there's not that many successful Chinese actors out there that are well known out there, and he's one of them, and I give him a lot of props for that, you know. But I say I put Bruce Lee and Jet Li in a whole nother category. Donnie Yen, to me, he'd be like comparable to like maybe like a Jackie Chan. They're both talented, but they're not at the level of Bruce Lee and Jet Li. You know, Jackie Chan's kind of the same way. You know, like he makes a mockery out of the martial arts at times, and he'll make, you know, he'll encourage people to laugh at him, and then he'll like get beat up in movies sometimes, and really, like, if you're a martial artist and you decide to take a role, and then you decide to allow people to beat you up in that role, it kind of makes you lose that, you know, that reputation as being like the best that's supposed to be represented. But maybe he's not even out for that. Maybe he's not there to prove that he's the best, because there's like too much pressure with that. Maybe he's just like, you know what, as long as this movie is playing, is representing something that I agree to, and you know, I'm making some money, and it's, you know, a good movie, then I'll take part of it even if I have to lose. That also shows his humbleness in a way. So maybe he's just more of a humble person, where it's not about winning or losing. It's just about playing the role that you're getting paid to play the best that you can. So I do respect that. You know, I do. Um, the Ip Man movie, especially number one, I really like that movie a lot. I think he did a great job in that movie. Um, that would probably be my favorite one that he's made, that he starred in. Ip Man 1. Ip Man 2 was pretty good too, so I say that's my second one the second one that he made that is my favorite. I know that he was in Iron Monkey, but I don't really watch it that much. I don't even think I completed it. I'm not sure, but I think he was in Iron Monkey. He was playing supporting role in Once Upon a Time in China. He made like some remake movie of Bruce Lee, but I haven't seen that. And then there's another movie he made called Flashpoint. I didn't really like the movie. I just didn't. I saw that the techniques were being sped up and like stuff like that, and I'm like, you know, you should be fast enough as a martial artist where you don't need them to speed up your techniques. So I didn't like that speeding up the technique thing at all. But the Yip Man movie didn't speed up any techniques. It was just his raw skill and talent. I like that. You know, as I stated, you know, he's talented. He's representing the Chinese culture. He's made it big. He's well known. He's making money. People respect him. Um, but he's just not at the level of Bruce Lee and Jet Li. You know, in my eyes. You know, but I do clearly promote him, because to me, he's promoting the good. You know. Oh yeah, the movie that he was in, Hero, was one of my favorite movies, but he was playing a supporting role in that one too. But he was in that movie, and I like that movie too a lot. Um, but yeah, he's more of a supporter. You know, he's not like the main guy. You know, he's like somebody that's talented, but not to the highest level. You know, but that's all I gotta say about him.